Hi Simmers, welcome back to my channel. This is Kendra Plays The Sims, and for today's video I'm just going to be going over SimU. I actually found this on Patreon and I'm really excited to test this out today and be able to report back to you all if it works or not and how it looks in game. So if you're interested in watching, go ahead and stay tuned. But before we get started, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. That way you can see my future content. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, and we are here with my sim Luciano, and we are going to register for SimU online. And I think you can only do it on your phone and on your computer. So let's see what happens with this new interaction. So now we have this little icon here and it says SimU. And we're going to click on register with SimU online. Okay, and now we have our sim registering online, and it's actually taking some time, which I really like because it's honestly realistic. Registering for classes isn't super quick like Discover University typically does for us, like where you just automatically get approved. You don't have to register. Well, with this mod, you actually can register, and I like that realism of it, honestly. Okay, and that took away 600 simoleons, and now it says we can choose a degree to study for. And now we can pick from art history, biology, communications, computer science, culinary arts, drama, economics, fine arts, history. There's a few more on here too. And I think for me, for my sim, I'm just gonna click on biology. And it says biology. It really is a matter of life and death. Biology attempts to unlock the mysteries of life. And it kind of just gives you a description. And it says a degree in this subject offers a boost in the following careers: bodybuilder, botanist, marine biologist, and doctor. So I'm just going to go for biology. And now it says SimU registration complete. So this basically is just like your welcome letter, essentially. And it says ready now, start your coursework on a computer right away. And it says SimU also holds a student chat room and study groups where you can meet fellow university students. So let's go ahead and get started and see what it looks like to do some coursework and to meet up in the chat rooms and to go out for our study groups. So now under SimU, we have the student chat room and we have start biology coursework. So I'm just going to click on the chat room because I'm interested in seeing what happens. And now we have all of these different students, and I guess we can just chat with them and build relationships, I'm assuming. I'm going to start with Cameron Fletcher and see what happens. And in relationships as well, you can see that Cameron is now going to become more of a friend to Luciano. So that's good that when we start to talk in these chat rooms, we're actually making real connections with people that we clicked on, which is really awesome because that's really what it's like in college, to be able to interact with multiple people. So that is amazing. So now I'm wanting to see also what it looks like to start our biology coursework. So I'm just going to click on that. And it looks like we just do everything from our computer, which is actually pretty nice. And we don't have to complete anything by any certain time. We don't have to do any projects. We're literally just going to school, which is amazing. I love that you can end out with a college degree, but not have to go to actual classes for real. You can just do everything from home. So your sim can still actually go to work, have relationships, and not have to cram everything into one day. And I also wanted to talk about this SimU icon now, or this little app that we have on our cell phones. And I'm just going to click on that, and it says find a study group. So when we click on study group, it says select the study group at the cafe, at the library, or at the pub. And for me, I'm just going to click on cafe. It looks like our sim is leaving to go to the cafe. So he kind of just goes off and does his own thing. We don't really have to go with him to the cafe. It would be kind of nice if we could. I guess we could probably set up a group or something like that on our own and be able to meet places. I think that would be a good way to have an alternative to be actually in a study group somewhere. If you wanted to actually go out and travel, I think that would be nice to just create a group for it. But if you don't want to, that sim is just going to go off by themselves and kind of do their own thing. And while he's been away, it says Luciano's new skill in research and debate allows him to build compelling opinions backed by facts and figures. So since he's been out studying with his study group, he's actually building up some skill as well, research and debate. So I guess it's just like talking with other college students, things like that is actually making him build up that skill, which is nice. Okay, and Luciano has returned back home, and it says that Luciano might get brain overload if he keeps this pace up. Don't rush, you have plenty of time. And I think we also build some relationships too when we go out. So as you can see in this relationship panel, I guess this is your study group. You actually went out with some of these other people and met with them and did a little bit of studying, and I guess some research and debate, since they kind of got into it. He has some negative friendships with some of these people. So some things might have gone well and some things didn't. But that adds to the realism, because everything doesn't always go perfect, and I love that. Okay, and I think that's all you can do for this particular mod, and if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. But I actually really loved it. It was really fun to be able to test it out, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you how you can actually install this into your computer so you can play as well. Okay, and we're here on Midnight Tech's Patreon. I always get Tumblr and Patreon confused, oh my gosh. But we're here on Patreon, and we essentially have everything that we need for this mod at this point. So as you've already seen, I've tested it out, but you can find a little bit more in terms of descriptions here as well. But in order to install this mod, you do have to have a few things installed before you can actually install these text files and this required package here at the bottom in the download section. So before we download this mod, you have to have Discover University expansion pack, and you also have to have this XML injector as well. So for this XML injector, you basically just click on this page, and it's going to automatically take you to the page where you need to download this. And as you can see, it's been updated, and I would always recommend to read through all of these things for these mods, because sometimes you can miss some really important information, and sometimes I believe that's why people's games be messing up, but they don't want to say that. But you're going to read through all that documentation first, and for me, I just click this download, and I actually put that folder into my mods folder zipped. So I can actually look at that in my zip file, and I can unzip that and put the actual files where they need to go. So now I'm in my mods folder, and as you can see, the XML injector is there. So I can double click that. And as you can see, you have two files. It's pretty simple. I always thought it was going to be super hard to do, but it wasn't. And you're just going to take those two files and you're going to move it to your mods folder. And I always say pin your mods folder to the side. That way you don't always have to go searching and digging for it. And then I would just go back and just delete that zip file. And it's pretty much as simple as that. Okay, now that you've installed the XML injector and Discover University, if you have it, you're going to now download these two files. And for me, I've already downloaded them, so I won't be able to show you how to do them again. But you essentially just put these straight into your mods folder, just as the package and the text files. So you basically just copy them and put them in there. There's no zip files or anything. They go in there individually. So that's essentially all that you do in order to get this mod to work. If you've made it to the end of this video, I would just like to say thank you so much for sticking around, and I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you install this mod in your game as well. And let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are about this mod. Do you intend to install it into your game? Why or why not? Let me know. And if you've liked this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my future content. Bye.